Hello, witchy people. The dog's just opened the door. Okay. I'm out of breath. A couple of things I wanted to share. First of all, I showed you the gift box that Miss Lizzie sent me, and I said I had 2 bars of soap in it, and she contacted me and she said, I'm sure I gave you a candle, you know. Yeah, she did. It isn't a bar of soap. See, there's the wick. It's a candle. So yes, it did send me a candle. And talking of candles, as you know, I have 4 beautiful grandchildren. I have 4 beautiful children. I have 4 beautiful grandchildren. And the youngest 2 are twin girls. And there's Aria Jade, who's slightly older by just less than 10 minutes, and Imogen. And Aria Jade is, they're both 2 years old, obviously, and Aria Jade is autistic. Well, Aria Jade, they both made the same thing, and me and Mummy shared them. So, from Imogen, I got this beautiful card in the shape of a tree, which was so covered in glitter that it has glittered my floor, my hair, myself, my sofa. It is just the gift that keeps on giving. And Aria Jade, well, they both made one of these, but I have got Aria Jade's. You see, look at this. This is a tea light holder. And made by Aria Jade's pretty little hands. As you can see, I've got to bend the tea light slightly to get it in, but I love it. It's not perfect, but it's perfect for me because Aria Jade made it. There we go. And that will stay in my little box of special things. And I will light the candle. See, there we go. But there. Okay, the other thing I wanted to do, now I've shown you my lovely little gifts, is talk about what I'm going to be doing in the coming year. Now, as you all know, I did the YouTube Pagan Challenge last year, and it was perfect for me. It was perfect for me to sort of like, it was the Pagan ABCs, and it was a great way for me to kind of get involved in the pagan community, because I haven't done that really for quite a while. Oh, excuse me. I've been in and out of the broom closet so many times. You know, I'm surprised I haven't got a broom stuck at me. Little lily white hand here. Oh, okay, you all knew what I was going to say. So yes, and the reason I kind of came out of the broom closet again was because of this problem I have with my brain. My brain is slowly dying. The chance are I will have very early onset dementia. And I wanted to remember things, but I also wanted to be remembered as this person, not the old lady who's going to start forgetting things, and, you know, which is why I come out of the broom closet. So last year's YouTube Pagan Challenge was perfect for me to kind of like get my toe back in the water, so to speak. As it happens, this year's YouTube Pagan Challenge is also a perfect following from that. It's the ABCs of mythology. Now, being a hedge witch with really bad hair, sorry. You all know that a lot of my path is, I get inspiration from my past, my family past, but also the mythology, the folklore and the legend, especially local mythology and folklore. And so this was a real good extension to my path and getting it out there on YouTube. So that was brilliant. What I'd also like to do for the following year, what I'm hoping to do, is there seems to be this, and I've explained all this before with, I think it's What is a Hedge Witch? But there's this really misplaced idea that hedge witches are witches who collect stuff from the hedgerows. That ain't the kind of hedgerow we're talking about, baby. traditionally, a hedge witch is someone who straddles a hedge. So they have one foot each in two different worlds. Whether that be the worlds of angels, mythical beings, fairies, goblins, elves, dragons, whatever. You have your psyche split into two. You can split your psyche into these two different realms, and that is the hedge. We straddle the hedge, we fly the hedge, and like I said, because we tend to very much base our individual paths on past experience, family experience, folklore, legend, local, what we get locally, as well as the country we live in, very localised, and we draw from our family genealogy and our family background. Our paths tend to be wildly different. And what I'd like to do is kind of share a bit of my path with you, the way I do things, and to really get into people's heads and get them to understand that this idea of being a hedge witch, although yes, we do gather stuff from hedges, we do. We are very much, we tend not to follow, we don't have pantheons, we don't have gods and goddesses, although sometimes we do kind of call upon whatever we feel. It's a very intuitive way of living. If I pick up an amethyst, and everyone knows that this is good for psychic ability or something, but I pick it up and say, no, this feels to me like it's going to be good for bravery and courage, then that's what I'll use the stone for. So you're never going to get two paths of hedge witchery that are exactly the same. But you pick up any book about hedge witchery, and I'm not going to name names, but there are a couple of books out there that are very well known about being a hedge witch. They're wrong. They really are wrong. You cannot be really a Wiccan and a hedge witch, a traditional hedge witch, because we don't do ritual. We don't have that exactness, if you like. So I really want to get rid of this idea that hedge witches are these people that pick things from hedges. I want people to know what a real hedge witch is, but not any hedge witch, just this hedge witch, because we are very different. And I'm hoping to get a couple of people involved who have just started on this path. Well, they've been on this path for many years, just not really come out as hedge witches. One of them is very much a nomadic gypsy hedge witch, and her path is really interesting because her family ancestry also goes back to Malta. So she has a very different outlook on things, and her intuitions are very different. And there is another one who feels that her affinity, her other realm, is the realm of angels. So you can see how different this is going to be. So I'd like to get these other people involved and share with you what a hedge witch really is, and what we do and how we practice and how we live. And that's the other thing about being a hedge witch. It's not something that you do, it's something that you are. It's really hard to explain, isn't it? Everything you do, you just are a hedge witch, and everything that you do is kind of incorporated into your everyday life. It's just part of who you are. It is who you are. It's not something you pick and choose with. It's just something you are. And so I'm hoping to sort of like get that, just a few, and it probably won't start really until the summer. But in the meantime, I will be doing the YT Pagan Challenge 2019. So there you go. That's hopefully not too long an explanation of what I'm hoping to do in the next year. And I hope to sort of like see lots of videos out there. I love it when people share. So I hope you all keep sharing with your videos and your blogs and everything else. Facebook, whatever, however you share. I love to read, look and watch all of this stuff that everyone's doing. Which makes me sound like a pervert, but okay. You know what I mean. Yeah, so I'd like to kind of get that going and keep sharing. And like I said, 2018 we had a few really terrible, tragic losses as a community in 2019, and I think it's made us all kind of feel very slightly vulnerable, but we're all kind of sharing and we're trying to keep each other's strength up. And I think as a community we're doing that really, really well. And I think it's made us want to share more, so that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, apart from my whole doozy brain thing that I've got going on. So there we go. That's going to be me in the next year, hopefully, hopefully, hopefully. And the dog is under my chair, barking. And I hope to see a lot more of all of you too. So thank you for watching, witchy people. Keep sharing, and blessings upon you all. Thank you very, very much for watching. Bye for now.